morning, everybody. I've just got out of bed and I had to film this now before it's too late. So I'm on night, so I got up about 1 p.m. and I've got my very first cup of coffee beside me just here. Oh, it's good. And I think it's really important to talk about Black Friday because obviously today is Black Friday, and I'm seeing a lot online of people saying, what are the bargains? Where can I find the bargains? Blah de blah de blah. And I think there's quite a lot of unnecessary purchasing going on. I'm not just talking fragrances. Obviously, that's my world and that's what I'm seeing, but I'm certain that it's going on with all range of stuff. And I saw a really nice message in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, respected member of the fragrance community, Misan, and he just posted a message on the fragrance group to basically say, think about what you're purchasing before you click to check out. Do you really need it? How much will you love it? And I think that's really important because we can go a little bit, we can be a little bit blinded by the deals, by the money saving, but in actual fact, are you saving anything if you weren't going to purchase it in the first place? So really, I think there's just a few questions that we need to ask ourselves before we go ahead and make those purchases. A, do I really need it, or do I really desire it? How long have I been wanting this particular thing? Because if you just kind of yesterday discovered something and now decide you're going to try and purchase it. So for example, and I'm guilty of this myself, a lovely friend, Monique, I bought from her a little while ago now. I bought from her a bottle of fragrance and she included some really generous extras, including a sample of odor protection from Etat Libre d'Orange, and it's a gorgeous rose fragrance which I'm wearing here. Now I wore it to work last night and I absolutely loved the dry down. So I really like the opening. It's a bright rose, very, very fresh. Like you've got loads and loads of red roses and just a couple of stems giving it a green freshness. But then when it dries down, it gets quite cozy. It's kind of ambery and it's got this really dry patchouli. And I don't always like patchouli, but the patchouli in here is very dry and dusty in a really kind of exciting way for me. And I just suddenly thought, oh God, I need a bottle. Now, I'm on a buy-in ban. I've put myself on a buy-in ban because I've had a lot of expenses with moving in the house, the decorating that I want doing. Some other issues have arisen, and not to mention I'm also getting my teeth done, and I've got a really quite large bill coming up that I need to prepare for. So I'm not buying anything, and yet I found myself Googling, trying to find a deal on odor protection. And I actually found a good deal on Amazon. I think it was about £54 for a bottle, 50ml. That was the cheapest I could find it. But I stopped myself because I've only tested it once on my wrist for one evening. And I already own loads and loads of fragrances. So I did ask myself, do you need it? You're supposed to be on a buy-in ban. And I stopped myself. I'm going to put it on the list and I'm going to test it more, and if I see a deal further down the line, then I may purchase. But what I'm trying to say is we, as particularly in the fragrance community, we can be very fickle and we smell something once and then just go head over heels mad, try and chase down a bottle straight away. And in actual fact, how many times do you look at your collection and you look at those things that you desired so strongly once and now you barely touch and you're considering selling? So I just think it's a really good practice to just ask yourself a few questions before you go and check out your online checkout, or if you're out in the stores, of course, ask yourself, Do I really need it? Do I really strongly desire it? How long have I wanted this item for? And if the answers add up to you not really, is it going to enhance your life? If not, is it really worth it? Now, if you're buying Christmas gifts, that's a completely different story. If you're going to be buying those gifts anyway and you found a good deal on Black Friday, then that's really awesome. You may as well go ahead and make the savings. But if you're just kind of purchasing for the sake of getting a deal, do you really want to be doing that? Are you wasting money? Christmas is coming. If you're someone that celebrates and purchases presents for people, have you budgeted for that? How is your budgeting? Are you finding yourself running out of money at the end of the month? Then you absolutely do not need to be buying anything in the Black Friday sales unless it's something that you were already going to buy. Of course, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just trying to make you think and maybe hopefully help some people to put a little pause, press pause for a moment and make a decision. Do you really need it? And another thing that made me think was an Instagram post by a company called Able. Able are an all natural fragrance company. Quite a while ago now, they sent samples to myself and Dan to test for his channel. We did a frag chat where we tested them all out, and they're really nice fragrances, very wearable, approachable, but different enough. So I would put them in the kind of beginner niche realm. If you're just sort of stepping into niche, they're a really nice stepping stone and very good price points as well. But going off kilter there, what Able have said is they are boycotting Black Friday and they are not even open for business today, and it's because of the ethical reasons and I guess the excessive consumerism now. And for a small company, I think that you have got to give them kudos. They could have tried to cash in on Black Friday. They are a business and instead they're making a stand and they're speaking out, and I love that. So I want to talk to you about one of their fragrances. So this is a newer release. It came out after they sent me samples. So it's actually one of my fragrance friends that sent me Pink Iris, and I was turned on to this by Fragrance View. Peter from Fragrance View did review Pink Iris and it sounded so up my street, and then by chance in a swap one of my fragrance friends sent me a sample. I think it was Tracy from Comfort Incense, but it was a while ago, so I apologise if I'm wrong about that. It's not there. It's there. And Pink Iris is a really beautiful, quite feminine, floral. It smells kind of rosy, violety with a real freshness to it. And it's just so pretty. It's a little bit different. It doesn't smell like a designer fragrance, but it's not too far off what you would expect to smell in the designer world, but it's just super pretty, and it's nice sometimes to try something all natural. I really like it. It's got a lovely sweetness running through it. So I'll be testing that a little bit more to again make a decision on whether a full bottle is necessary for me. But I just wanted to highlight the brand because they're making a stand and they're saying don't go mad. Black Friday, it's all about consumerism, and so many people are going to end up with stuff that they don't really need or want. So just think about it. One other company I want to talk about is 4160 Tuesdays. So they're not doing Black Friday, they're calling it Hot Pink Friday. And rather than chucking everything random sales, they are doing just a couple of different things. Buy two, get one free. So if you buy 230 mils of anything, you can then in the comments section choose a third 30ml bottle for free. What this means is you are able to, and actually encouraged by Sarah McCartney, to pay for the cheaper items, the two cheaper items, and you could put the more expensive item as your freebie. I think that's really awesome. No other company does that. It's always the free item will be the cheapest item. No matter where you go, that's how it's done. But at 4160 Tuesdays, Hot Pink Friday, that's what they're doing. buy two, get one free, and you can have the most expensive item as your freebie. I think that's really awesome. If you are in the market for any fragrances, buy that company. But don't just go and randomly buy stuff just because it's a good deal. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, go in the 4160 Tuesdays news fragrance group, and that's Facebook, and you find out all the different things that they're doing, all the deals, and they do deals throughout the year. There is always something exciting. There's always bargains to be had. If you're in the group, you'll find out about them if that brand is of interest to you. So it's not all about Black Friday. With 4160 Tuesdays, it's a year round. They do really amazing deals. So that's it. That's my thoughts on Black Friday. I haven't purchased anything, and I'm not going to, although I wish I could. But I'm being sensible, and maybe you should too. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.